Namaste everyone. Welcome back to our series on learning Vedic astrology. We are continuing to explore the fascinating world of Dhana Yogas. Today we will explore the chart of Larry Ellison, who is the co-founder of Oracle Corporation. He is one of the topmost wealthiest people on the planet according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, with an estimated net worth of around 141 US billion dollars. Since we don't know his exact birth time, we will be analyzing his chart based on the Chandra Lagna or Moon Ascendant. This method also offers valuable insights into his potential for wealth and success. If you haven't watched my first episode in the series of Dhana Yogas, let me give you a brief summary of what actually Dhana Yogas are. In Vedic astrology, the second house represents wealth and income, while the 11th house signifies gains. When these houses connect with the first, fifth, or the ninth house, which are also collectively known as the Lakshmi Sthanas, they form powerful Dhana Yogas. These yogas determine an individual's financial potential, but their results also depend on the strength of the planets and the placements of the planets involved. So let's take a closer look at Larry's chart using the Chandra Lagna or the Moon Ascendant. We can gain insights into his wealth potential based on how the planets are placed, specifically in relation to the 2nd, 5th, and 11th houses. So when we focus on Larry's Moon Ascendant, we see that the 2nd Lord is Sun, which denotes income and wealth, and 11th Lord is Venus, which is gains. The Lakshmi Sthana Lords are 1st Lord Moon itself, and the 5th Lord Mars, and 9th Lord Jupiter. And now look at his 2nd house. Don't you see all the planets which I just mentioned situated together in the 2nd house from Moon Ascendant? This is one of the quite fascinating charts I have ever seen. We have all the Dhana Yogas forming whatever is possible with the 2, 11, 5, 9 houses. So the 2-11 Dhana Yoga, the 2-5, the 2-9, the 11-5, the 11-9. So what are all these? If you haven't watched my first episode, let me quickly tell you about that as well. So 2-11 is nothing but the connection between the two houses. There's a 2-5, so there is a connection between 2-5. So 2 is the 2nd house and 5 is the Lakshmi Sthana house. So there is a connection there, and there is a 2-9. So 2 is again the 2nd house of wealth, income, and then 9th is the Lakshmi Sthana. So there is another conjunction there. Again, similarly, we have 11-5 and 11-9 as well. Not just the conjunctions, also see the strengths of the planets involved. Moon Ascendant Lord is Moon itself, and it's so strongly placed in its own house. And the 2nd Lord Sun, which is involved in all the Dhana Yogas which we just mentioned, is again so powerful in its own house. This is an extraordinary chart of Dhana Yogas, I must say. And let's look at the Dasha activation. Because of so many planets connected, almost all the Dashas will activate the Dhana Yoga. And he has been running the Rahu Dasha for over 10 years. Let's see where Rahu is placed. Another thing about Rahu you should know is it's a shadowy planet, and it gives the results of planet it is situated with, and also the sign lord and the constellation lord where it's placed. So where is Rahu placed and how does it affect his wealth? Do you remember Bernard's chart? He had this exact same combination, and Rahu exaggerating the Moon Lagna. It amplifies the results of the planet it is placed with. And in Larry's chart, it is deeply connected with Moon, and since Moon is strongly placed in its own house, Rahu brings out the full potential of the Dhana Yogas during its Dasha or Antardasha, and that we have just discussed. It brings these powerful wealth-inducing combinations into play. This alignment suggests that Larry is in a period where these financial blessings can truly manifest, making his wealth journey even more promising. So Larry's astrological chart, through the lens of Moon Ascendant, reveals a strong potential for wealth. The combination of powerful Dhana Yogas, especially those involving Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, sets the stage for financial success. Furthermore, the ongoing Rahu Dasha enhances these yogas, making this an optimal time for Larry's financial growth and prosperity. Thank you for joining us in the series of exploring Dhana Yogas. In the next video, we will uncover the astrological chart of another influential person. Stay tuned for such insightful videos. See you next time.